If you're running Linux, I'm willing to bet you've heard it. That little sharp, annoying pop that comes out of your speakers. It is a crazy common issue. But guess what? Today, we're going to fix it for good. I'll walk you through a super quick, permanent solution to get rid of that pop once and for all, so let's just dive right in. So if you're watching this, you know exactly the sound I'm talking about. It's that sudden sharp click or pop right before a sound plays, or maybe just after it ends. It is so distracting, right? And it probably makes you think something is seriously wrong with your hardware. Well, I've got good news. You're in the right place, and your speakers are probably totally fine.
All right, first things first, let's really nail down what this glitch is. Before we can fix it, we got to understand it. And that starts with figuring out exactly when and why it's happening.
Does any of this sound familiar? You click on a YouTube video and pop. You get a little system notification, pop. It almost always happens right after there's been a moment of silence, and it seems to be especially common if you're using those standard 3.5mm analog speakers. We see this all the time on popular distros like Ubuntu, Linux Mint, and Debian. If you're nodding your head right now, you are definitely in the right place.
So what is going on here? Well, you might actually be surprised to hear that this annoying pop, it's not a bug at all. It's actually a side effect of a power-saving feature that's just doing its job a little too well.
Yeah, the heart of the problem is something called aggressive power management. See, your Linux kernel is trying to be super efficient. The moment it detects your audio hardware isn't being used, it powers it down. We're talking after just 1 second of silence to save a teensy bit of energy. Now, that's great for laptops on battery power, but that pop you're hearing, that's the little electrical spike when the system snaps the audio chip back on. Think of it like flipping a light switch on and off really, really fast.
And this slide just lays it out perfectly, right? It's the classic before and after. On the left, that's the default setting. The audio chip takes a nap and you get that nasty pop when it wakes up. And on the right, that's our goal. We're going to tell that audio chip to just stay awake, which gives us clean, continuous, and best of all, pop-free audio.
So, how do we make this happen? Well, the fix is actually way simpler than you'd think. We're going to put in place what I call an always-on solution, and all it takes is a tiny change to one single configuration file. Seriously, no complex coding required, I promise.
Okay, to get started, you're going to need to open up a terminal. We're about to create a brand new configuration file that's going to give the system a new set of instructions on how to handle your audio hardware. And this is the command you're going to type. Let's just break it down real quick. Sudo gives you the admin permissions you need to make system-level changes. Nano is just a really simple text editor that runs right there in your terminal. And that long path? Well, /etc/modprobe.d/ is just a special directory where we can add custom rules for our hardware. Go ahead and press enter, and you'll see a blank file open up ready for our new instructions. Before we actually add the text, let's just look at the whole game plan. It's a simple 3-step process. We literally just did step 1. We created the file. Next, we're going to add 2 simple lines of code to it. And finally, we'll save it and reboot. That's it. The whole shebang. Okay, inside that blank file, you're going to add these 2 lines. The first one, power save equals 0, basically sets the power saving timeout to 0. In plain English, that tells the audio driver, hey, never go to sleep. The second line, power save controller equals n, is like a backup. It disables the main controller's ability to just override that setting. Together, these 2 lines are our always-on solution. So once you've typed or pasted those 2 lines into the Nano editor, all you've got to do is save it. Just press Ctrl plus the letter O to write out, which is just Nano's word for save, and then hit Enter to confirm the file name. After that, press Ctrl plus X to exit. Now for the most important step, reboot your computer. The system only reads these instructions when it starts up. All right, so you've applied the fix, you've rebooted. Let's talk about what you actually just accomplished. This is about more than just getting rid of a little annoyance. It has some actual, real benefits. First and foremost, you now have a clean, professional, pop-free audio experience. Awesome, right? But beyond that, you're actually preventing potential long-term wear and tear on your speakers from all those little electrical kicks. So, what's the downside? For a desktop PC, the amount of power this feature saves is so incredibly tiny, it's completely negligible. This is a huge win for your audio quality with pretty much no trade-off. And there you have it, a really simple fix for a very common problem. You know, it's a great example of how sometimes a system's attempt to be smart can have these weird, unintended side effects. But with just a little know-how, you have the power to fine-tune your system so it works exactly the way you want it to. Now you can enjoy the silence between the sounds just as much as the sounds themselves. Thanks for joining me for this one.